Hunter Hunter, Volume 13. This is part of the Yorknew City Arc. Chapter 116, September 4th, Part 15. And that car. Can't be good. Chronos. Guy. I'll say it once more. As I am right now, simply like I'm taking a break. There's no difference to me. Boom! Just hits him. Kirby just wails on him. Kill yourself. This isn't like you. But I understand how hard it must be to keep calm. When the sworn enemy of you and all your people is before your eyes. Despite this, I have to calm him. We're even with them. Acting like this won't do anything. Even, it seems that you two are greatly mistaken. You made mistakes since the beginning. As a hostage, I have no value. If you say one more pointless comment, I'll promise you'll regret it. He's not lying. Everything he said is true. It's true. In this, you're the ones who are deadlocked. I don't understand. What does that mean? The melody of his heartbeat is normal. I can't detect the least bit of nervousness within him. I don't hear any abnormalities indicating fear or uneasiness towards death. It's as if the idea of staying alive hasn't even crossed his mind. That melody. It's the melody of someone who's already accepted death. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. How? Someone who lives day by day, always with death at his side. But it's a happy melody. How can he produce such a sound? Enough. I don't want to hear any more. That guy's melody, or yours, for that matter. Tsuretsu, huh? That man thinks he has no value as a hostage, but the fact that he's their boss is true as well. You, or rather, all of you. Who the heck are you? The Spider. 5 years ago, when you exterminated the Scarlet Pupil Karuta clan, were you already the boss of the Rodon? Sat. Answer. That's the chain that beat Ubu. Before dying, what did he say to you? I don't remember. Answer me. You're lying. He's lying, isn't he? I understand perfectly what he felt. I feel the same thing. I don't have anything to say. Kirpika. He's provoking you. Don't respond. Darn it. Shoot. Darn. Huh? Whoop. Bip bip sut. It's unstoppable. In Kirpika's armor, there's an unexpected flaw. We'll take advantage of that. There's no doubt in that. Pogunada, you must not hesitate. Take over from me. If you can find the car he's in. What's going on here? You must come with all the others. Right now, we can't. To Ringo Airport, because he'll place his friends before his mission. Beep beep beep. Grrr, huh? Grrr, pling. Someone there? Is someone there? We'll go check. Huh? Hey, be careful. Don't worry. Tech. Huh? Kid. Wait. Isn't that his sister? She with them? Should we follow her? No, it might be a trap. Let's wait until we're all here. Huh? Go. Wait. Is the Kila's brother there? There's a dirigible on landing strip 3 of the airport. Get in it. Wait. Chapter 17 or 117. She's getting a broom. Going up. Just making sure. You're truly Pogodana from the Ganya Rodon. Of course, it's true. I will assign to each of you 2 conditions. If you respect them without fail, I'll release your boss. Cover his mouth. Say, Poguna, you must discover it. You must discover his flaw. First, I forbid any use of Nin. Secondly, you must cut every link with the other members of the Rodan. Huh? As a hostage, I have no value. Everything you said is true. Are you sure that's what you really want? Depriving the Rodan of its brains should make it dissolve. That's why I had. That's why I thought. That's why I thought. But even if you cut, even you cut off its head, the spider still moves. Their boss isn't always indispensable. This is a group that can survive without his leadership. Depending on the circumstances, each of them is a Rodan. If I deprive the boss of his movement, I can't be sure that the result will be the collapse of the organization. What if it finally ends with no result? Is there anything more I'd be able to do? I need a miracle to escape this deadlock. No, I can't find one. Yes, it will be fine this way. Now I know what I should do. Get going and kill it back. That's my top priority. I refuse. I refuse to lose my comrades once again. Secondly, you must cut every link with the other members of the Rodan. Never again. Those are the 2 conditions you must respect. To force you to respect them, I'll use my judgment chain on you. Pogunoda, you decide whether or not you agree. I agree. Boom. Judgment chain. Clink, clink. Your turn, Pogonetta. First, before midnight tonight, I want Gon and Killa to be released. I'll explain later how the exchange will be conducted. Secondly, I forbid you from divulging the least bit of information about me. If you have no objections to that, then I will use the chain on you as well. Okay. Shing. Wrapped around both their hearts. Senretsu, if Gon and Killa were ever being controlled by manipulation Nen, you will be able to tell by the melody of their heartbeat, right? I can do that, yes? I can't guarantee about Gon, but I've heard the sound of Killa's normal heartbeat. I'll be able to tell if there's a change. That will do. This is how the exchange will take place, huh? Kirpika. You don't realize how contradictory the tone of your heartbeat, the tones of your heart are. No, all the paradoxes I perceive in your heart are only in repercussion of the confusion in your mind. Why, Pogonetta, come alone? Why? Pogonetta came alone. If the Rodan really is as insensitive as they're believed to be, an exchange like this can't possibly work. I don't know what they did in the past. All the hatred within you may have turned any doubts you have towards them into certainties. However, a woman is here alone, trying to contain all of your anger. You no longer see her. She came here for the same reason you have. The reason of the Rodan, the members of the Rodan follow firm orders assigned by their boss. But among them, at least one is different, Pogonoda. That's why she came here, alone, so that the exchange might take place. Kirpika. First, you go and meet your comrades to explain the terms of the exchange. I can't believe you don't see that. Huh? Next, you will return here before midnight with Gon and Killa. You will return alone, without informing the others of where you're going. Understand? Yes. Are your negotiations finished? Bring me back to the airport. Why? Are you asking me anything? Huh? You know who I am, right? Don't you feel any fear or uncertainty? Don't you think these negotiations got us nowhere? Do you really believe I'll free your boss? Yes. Because if you intend to trick us, you wouldn't be asking that kind of thing. Let's hurry. I have no time to waste. Doom. Who does he think he is, with those conditions? Pogunada, tell us where he is. We'll get rid of the kids. And go take care of the chain guy. Huh? Are you sure that's what you want to do? Well, that's his brother. Yes. So, where is he? If you don't tell us, don't think I'll let you go alone. First, I won't say where I'm going. Second, I'm taking the kids with me, and I'm going alone. Don't bother me. Don't bother you? You took the words right out of my mouth. You can go, Paku. We'll take care of them. Take care of us? Is that some kind of joke? Huh? Oh. Duplicate person in the Stitches girl are going against the guys. Huh? Are you serious? I don't understand you anymore. What are you thinking? I think they were tricked by that chain guy before he arrived. They've been manipulated. We're wasting our time. I'll make them talk. Huh? You really don't understand. Why does Pogonuda want to leave without explaining? Why is Machi trying to stop you? Is he trying to get out of the chains? You think they're being manipulated? They want to save your boss. It's pretty obvious. Want to save one of your wanting to save one of your companions. Is that so hard to understand? Shut up, you nosy brat. You're saying that because you want to leave. He just breaks out. I never said that. Clink. Take back what you just said. Tick tick. Sure thing. If you have something to say, go right ahead. Move an inch and I'll slice off your head. Doesn't he breaks everyone's neck? Same to you. If you think I'm gonna move. Karapika isn't like you. Well, he's saying his name. Even if the one facing him is his worst enemy, he'll keep himself in control and will stop himself from killing him. If he made a pact with you, you can be sure he won't break it. Pogonuda met him and understood. If he respects the conditions imposed upon him, your boss will be freed. That's enough. Why didn't you ask? We didn't ask you anything. Finks, stop it. Let Pogonuda leave. What? Don't you start too? Xiao. What's the worst case scenario? Dancho could already be dead, and Hanasoka Pogonuda, Shizuku, and Nobunaga are being manipulated by the chain guy. These two could get away, and we wouldn't be able to find out where that guy is. I think you're completely wrong. Worst case scenario is that we're all killed and the Rodon disappears. In comparison, what you said is insignificant. Am I wrong? That's true. How and why don't matter, but obviously, you have a tendency to rely too much on Danchan. The consequence is that the spider is on its way to suffering a fatal blow. That would be the worst betrayal towards Danchan. If you keep being hard on yourself like that, that's what will happen. So pull yourselves together. So why don't you let her do as she wants? We should let Pogonuda go with the kids. And if Danchan never comes back, then we'll kill all those who were manipulated and form a new Rodon. It's not that complicated. That's fine with me. If it will calm everyone down. Anyways, I'm not being manipulated, and I won't let myself be killed that easily. Huh? Hello? Give me one of the hostages. You're gonna break it. Catch. Are you okay? Are they there? Yes, they're all here. Catch. We're respecting your conditions. Pokemon is getting ready to meet you with the 2 hostages. You're sure you don't want to follow them? Yeah, you know that now. You know that now the chain guy has no way to follow our movement. Shut up. You know that now the chain guy has no way to follow our movement. Yeah. If I were to try to follow them, you would try and stop me. So for now, we'll wait and see what happens. But I'm warning you, if Don-chan doesn't come back, you're dead too. We'll see. Get in the dirigible. The direction is already programmed. 3 people, as agreed. Till they've taken off, we can't be sure. Keep an eye on the surroundings. Someone's coming. Go. Maybe bait. Suretsu, keep watch. But, huh? Hisoka, hello? You split from the group? Don't worry, I entrusted my task to my shadow. Peek. Will this work? Will I change my face without nails? Change my face without nails. It turns back to normal after 4 or 5 hours. Oh, it's his brother. Huh? Hisoka? Nice work on the dirigible. Run away to Desert Island or Mountain Peak would make hunting down a hard task. What do you have in mind? Let me on. Why are you here? If I refuse? Well, I could kill Gon and kill it here. God. But it's highly unlikely I'd do such a wasteful thing. I told you before, my one and only target is Danchao. When you free your prisoner, if you free him, I'll leave the airship as well. I want to fight with him. That's all I'm interested in doing. He's whistling. They go on the cliff. Kiwa, put this cell phone on your chest. Dun. Everything is fine. They're normal. Alright, begin the exchange. Come over. If you speak to or come into contact with one of the other members of the Rodon, you'll die. You will no longer be able to use your nin. You will understand the pain of being deprived of what you're used to having. I waited for this moment a long time. Fine, let's fight. Soon? Huh? Did she get released? Chapter 119. They're going on. If I enter the Rodon, or rather, if I fake entering the Rodon, it was to someday taste that moment. It takes off the fake tattoo. I don't need this anymore. This way, it's no longer a mere dispute between comrades. You should be able to fight freely, right? I see. Since you're not a member of the Rodon, I can tell you, I can't fight against you. More precisely, there's no glory to gain from a fight against me. I have a chain called Judgment Chain pointing at my heart. I can no longer use my nen. And Hisoka's just there. Or he gets on the plane. Apparently, we can take off without waiting for Kuroro. Fine. How did you manage to get away from the others? A friend of mine has a gift of metamorphosis. Don't worry. There's almost no risk left that I will kill Kuroro. I've never been attracted to broken toys. You can go. They're both going their separate ways. Huh? Ahsoka left without fighting? When he understood that Ahsoka didn't belong to Rodan, Keroro may have explained to him about the chain. I don't doubt that Ahsoka lost his combative appetite. Learning his opponent could no longer use Nen. What? You mean he didn't belong to Rodan? Of course. Kirpika! I'm sorry to have placed you in such a dangerous situation. Don't worry about it. You put a chain on the boss of Rodan. Yes, but despite that, everything is still far from over. Yes, I'm coming back. Dancho was released. Huh? About the rest, I'll explain when I return. I told you, when I've returned. Well, by the way, my real prediction, I should have fought against Keroro on Tuesday. And the Rodan should have lost half its members by the time I left it. Looks like fate twisted away, little by little. Goodbye. Meow. Huh? Meow? Where's Dancho? A gun? You can't come here. What? You're being a pain in the butt? Explain yourself clearly. Yes. You know what will happen depending on your answer. Huh? Yes, perfectly. In return, I could shoot 6 bullets at once. Exactly the number we were during the formation. Faitang, Finks, Machi, Nobunaga, Shalnark, Franklin. Do you trust me? Enough to ask what I'm sending you? Enough to accept what I'm sending you. My memory. No. Paku. So you really were manipulated by him. My souvenirs. Finks. Let's trust her. She's Paku. All I know. Boom, 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 boom. Doom. And they all learn. I beg you. Let me be the last to depart. Paku! Shing. Huh? She's dead. What does that mean? Huh? I'll explain. I understand everything. Pakunoda is to the east. What? The east? Okay, this is part of the Greed Island arc. Chapter 120. How's Kirpika's fever? Hasn't gone down a bit. 24 hours have passed already. Huh? He's in a deep sleep. Anyways, he needs to rest. My flu has no effect, so I don't think it's an ordinary fever that is due to fatigue or illness. If we don't see any improvement today, we'll have to call a doctor, even if there are risks. If we can't bring him to the hospital, I can have a friend of mine come. Thank you. If only his fever would stay up. Yeah, that's true. Wait a sec. Do you realize what you just said? Yeah, but if the auctions could end like this, everything would end without another fight with the Rodan. Huh? I don't know why, but I don't think Kirpika should fight the Rodan again. Yeah, if he really wanted to get revenge, he wouldn't have saved us, and would have killed the boss after triggering the other ones. And we could have run away when we were alone with Pakunoda. Kirpika isn't like that. When he explained everything about Nin to us, I thought, huh? If he really was thinking about revenge, he would have chosen to develop a different skill. What? You think so? Yes. Don't you think there are easier ways when you really wish to kill someone? One by one, it's possible, but Kirpika doesn't have a solitary opponent. Even if he were capturing one, he would need to watch out before the others nailed him. Plus, he needed to get info on the others. Ah, true. Punch? Seems that way. It's the best skill. I think it's a skill that can exist only for revenge. That's true. But at the beginning, may have been his objective, but now he's changed. I have real friends. Well, I understand what you mean when you say you wish Kurapika would stay immobilized for a while. If their boss doesn't come back, the others will do everything they can to find Kurapika. Yes. Pip. It's okay. There's no info. I was convinced there was a price on our and Kurapika's head on the net. They may have decided to search. Using their own means. Whatever. We'll have to be extremely careful when we go to the auction room. And that plan you told me about before, does it really exist? Of course! Seeing that we don't have enough money, we have to count on our plan. We have to count on your plan. It's 50-50. What? At the beginning, you told me there was a 70% chance of success. Actually, 3 of us will go. You, Sapporo, and me. Yeah. Laura will take care of Kurapika. It'll be most dangerous when we're out without cover. The best way is to go to auction by car. So, not planned. What is it exactly? It's about time you tell me what it is. You can tell me, right? Or is there some risk if you do? No, not particularly. But I'd rather not rely on someone else for this plan. I don't want to be disappointed. Huh? I think this is dipping below 50% chance of success. Bah, whatever. Explain. Well, huh? I see. Interesting. Well, how should I say this? I don't think we have any other choice. Realistic and without any risk. Why didn't I think of it before? It may work. We have high chances, probably 80% to 80%, not 50%. You think this might work? And all in suits. It's the auction room of Southern Peace. You're going? Today there will only be 1 copy for auction. Yeah. In the afternoon, in Hall B, sell 1 copy. That's what's written. If your predictions are right, he should be there too. And in that case, my plan will have an 80% chance of success. The billionaire Batera. What am I going to buy? Greed Island, of course. Why do you have such an interest in it? Isn't it natural to try to be the only owner or something like that, or something like? Isn't it natural to try to be the only owner of something you like? But why this game precisely? Its selling price is really high, isn't it? Love, simply love. I'm really jealous. Compared with the money I invested to end the game, this is nothing. Well, that's no business. That's no one's business but my own. Hall B. This way. How much time before the opening of auctions? About 10 minutes. Isn't there a refreshment bar around here somewhere? Crack. Ooh. It's a good thing we're dressed up. Everyone's in suits and evening gowns. Rent wasn't cheap, but 201. If we'd worn our usual clothes, we would have attracted attention. But I still think we attract attention anyways. People aren't used to seeing kids here. Oh. And there's 2 of them there. Dash. What the heck are you doing here? How should I know? Huh. Such rudeness. Run away like that. Don't be afraid. We have no intention of killing you. Huh? We no longer have any reasons to pursue the chain guy. Huh? I don't understand. Huh? Dancho has a chain pointed at his heart. It wouldn't be clever to kill the one who placed it there. Isn't it the other way around? have to admit that his naivety has good points. He asks questions without beating around the bush. Nen doesn't necessarily disappear after death. In some cases, even becomes stronger. The chain is in that category. If we kill him before he's gotten rid of his hatred and regrets, his Nen will become even more powerful. Nen that remains after death tries to find a place to fix and naturally goes to the point where hatred and a source of Nen lie. In other words, Dancho, who has the Nen of the chain guy, without himself, would be an ideal anchor point. He no longer uses Nen, and there would be no way to avoid the rush of negative Nen, and he would die. The Nen of the dead is stronger than you can imagine. It's stronger than you can imagine. That's why we must not kill your friend. I know, I said too much, but I won't say any more. Among Nen users, some have the ability to remove Nen imposed by someone else. The ability to free someone from the Nen that imprison him. On the streets, they're called soul erasers or soul cleaners. They're well known for their spiritual powers, but amongst themselves, they're called Nen erasers or cleansers. Ordinary people who ignore the existence of Nen, lump it together with spirits and possessions. The ones with that skill are few, and among them, those can erase Nen left by one now dead can be counted on the fingers of one hand. Downchow left to search for a famous eraser. We're just waiting for him. Well, in other words, we don't have anything against you anymore. Plus, now that we know the chain guy's weakness, we don't have to hurry. Obviously, it's a stolen copy. We came here simply as potential buyers. A pleasure excursion only. Excursion? Yeah. The others returned home. When they understood that Ahsoka had lied, Pakuna too? She's dead, huh? Oh. Huh? Why didn't you run away? Run away? Yes, I'm wounded. Yes, I'm wounded. You wouldn't have any problem outdistancing me. If you give me the slip, I'll have nothing left to exchange, and your friend will be able to kill Danchow without any problems. Why don't you try? Isn't he your friend? It's because he's our friend that we don't. We don't want him to end up killing someone. If everything could be settled with an exchange of hostages, that would be the best solution. So, you coming? Haku was very grateful to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the auction of Southern Peace is now declared open. Dude. Chapter 121. They're on September 6th. Unless. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. All the items you will find in the hall have special characteristics. And in turn, we can say that those gathered here are also special. Ha 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 ha. Clap, 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 clap. Your presence here is the indisputable proof that you are real collectors with a single goal in mind and are proud of it. I encourage you to take part in the auction, to acquire the item you have in mind without a thought to the views society holds on you. Society holds of you. No clapping. Let's immediately continue on to the first item. The fossilized dung of a Deodurosaurus. Deodurosaurus mission. She projects her aura when her instruments produce sound. Is able to retrieve someone someone of their fatigue. Her hearing is extremely developed, and she can determine the physical status of someone from their heartbeat. It's pretty useful. What time is it? Huh? 2 p.m. September 6th. Huh? So I've slept for almost 12 hours. I thought so. He thinks it's the 5th. Huh? You're still feverish. You should sleep a little more. Neon. Should you go to the underground auction? The auction didn't take place. They learned from what happened this year with the Rodon, and the underground auction will no longer take place. It seems the remaining objects will be sold on the Mafia community site. And that was apparently enough to convince Neon. I don't believe you, huh? She likes the excitement of the auction room. I can't believe she'd be content with an auction over the net. Chihuahua was killed, huh? Alicia was completely devastated. I think Chihuahua, the guy with the dogs, and she were really in love. Scarlet pupils were stolen at the same time, but the boss doesn't seem to care much. She was really moved when she saw how affected Alicia was. She even said she wanted to go home. She already headed to the airport. Actually, they left yesterday. Oh. You see, you can still rest. Goes back to sleep. Brava, brava, brava. The auction continues with the mysterious game, Greed Island. Please watch the central screen. That's odd. The console's light is on, but I don't see any outlet. Some may have already realized the console doesn't use electricity, but instead a mysterious energy. Oh, it's an N. Tap, tap. Boom. Just like the cassette player. Do you see? Even after that, it suffered no damage. Zoom, zoom. The console is the basic joy station. Normally, it should be smashed to bits, but thanks to the energy used to run it, it is protected against external attacks. As long as the player is within the game. Brava, brava, brava. Let's take a look at the game screen. Huh? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Now playing. This man is currently playing. He's inside the game. The game screen will show nothing else. Only the player who's inside can see what really happens in the game. Let's continue with the process of acquisition of the game. The auction comes from the contact with the player himself. This man is Jaito Sori, a professional hunter. He owns 7 copies of Greed Island at a value of 5.8 billion genis. So it wasn't Jin who brought them here. He entrusted the following contract to his lawyer. If, at the date of January 1st, 2000, no one has managed to finish the game Greed Island, and given proof of that, I donate these games and their consoles to auction of the Southern Peace, so that they are put up for sale. And taking into account that there are still players within the game, including myself, I entrust my young successors to finish the game. Jotosari, professional hunter. That's how we managed to get 7 copies of Greed Island. Unfortunately, out of 7, two have already displayed Game Over. When Game Over is displayed, that means that all the players are physically dead. The corpses of the 2 players were found near the games. This game is extremely dangerous. For security reasons, we don't advise bidding on this. We ask only that those who are prepared take part in this auction. Let's start with the price of 1 billion genis. 1.1 billion. 1.5. Number 105 doubles the price to 3 billion. Double by number 71, 6 billion. Oh, that's his brother. Double by number 16, 12 billion. You indicate the price with your hand. Yeah. The auctioneer announces the number of the one who makes the highest bid. What does this mean? Well, 201 doubles the price. 24 billion. Oops. You idiot! You just doubled the last bid. Your number was just called. We'll have trouble trying to get out of this with a mere excuse me. It was a mistake. No higher bids? What should we do? If the auction ends at this price, if the auction ends at that price, and it's discovered we have 0 J's on us, worst case scenario, we'll be accused of fraudulent participation and forbidden higher bidding, and end up in jail. Number 16 proposes 25 billion. In Southern Peace, the bidding is done in 3 stages: tens, hundreds, and thousands. For example, if the starting price is 1 million jenis, the price increases with the sign by the right hand. During the auction, if the bids increase at a fast rate, the first unit here, 10,000, is no longer used. So with increasing hands, oh, no. Thumbs up is double last bid. Phew, saved. Be careful. Darn it. Though I almost did. Though I almost did too. 25 billion going twice. Darn. 25.5 billion from 71. Psh. Puts up 2 fingers. 30.5 billion. That last 5 billion wasn't necessary. Number 71 wouldn't have gone that high, but it should be fine. I just made it clear that I will do anything to acquire that game. Excuse me, we're hunters and we'd like to try to complete the game. Brats. Mr. Bratra is really busy. He has no time to play around. This isn't a joke. This isn't a joke. We really are professional hunters. What the? In that case, you should have your license. Yes. No, we don't. Still at the pawn shop. Well, that's why I thought. Get out of here. But it's the truth. Wait a moment. Mr. Bradia. That you managed to enter here shows you aren't ordinary. But it's not a sufficient enough reason to believe everything you say. It's true that I employ hunters to complete the game, but I'm very strict on selection. And at the moment, we're just selecting those who may be able to. The number of players is limited. I'm sorry, but right now, I'm unable to employ you. Our plan failed. I thought we'd make it. We don't care about the game that everyone's so stupidly trying to get. All we want is the information inside. Do you remember hearing about that billionaire named Badara proposing a high reward to those who complete the game? I'm sure he'll come to auction. If he really wants the game to be completed and gather all the info along those lines, I'm sure he also looks for potential players. The number of players is limited. I thought I read the catalog that the number of players is unlimited. Yeah. The number of participants is unlimited. Yes. But you need to save game data, correct? For that, a memory card is needed. On a card, the data of only one player can be saved. Not counting the save, each console allows 8 players. Now that I think about it, the 30 files of memory card were only readable on Greed Island. Huh? Say, how do you know that? Actually, we own the same file. We own a saved file of Greed Island. Huh? You've already played Green Island? No. We don't have the save data. Huh? You telling the truth? In that case, they must also have. You say it too, didn't you? When a game is started, the console is protected by energy, and it's impossible to turn it off or remove the memory card. On the other hand, It's possible to insert something. Supposedly, this card is authentic. You must also have another object needed to remove it. Is it the ring? Could it be the ring? Huh? They know the ring? The ring is authentic. It seems. They have met the required qualification to take part in the test. Click. You know how to use Nen, right? Could you show me your Ren? Sure. Vroom. Vroom. Huh? So. Surigara? No. They played. They would be heading for certain death. What? Heading for certain death. Chapter 121. Letting the two of them play would be pointless. They'd be dragged into a fight that would end with their deaths. How can you be so sure when we haven't even tried yet? If you try, it'll already be too late. Still, your deaths would be a positive alternative. If you were able to prolong your existence, it would just be a bother. As long as the player is active in the game, it is impossible to reset or remove the memory card. In other words, as long as the player is in the game, we can't enter a new player, nor insert a new card. You mean you can't save? Exactly. That means if we send a new player into the game and he manages to complete it and return, none of the acquired data can be recovered. What? Counting what I acquired today, I own 32 copies of Greed Island. The number of players I have employed, including professional and amateur hunters, is around 100. But unfortunately, half of them, perhaps even more, represent a loss for us. Huh? What I mean is that they've refused to return to the real world, and their survival within the game. The individual data displayed on the screen has stood unchanged for months, for some even years, because of these refusers. No new players may undertake the challenge of the game. This is a situation I want to avoid at all costs. That's why the selection of the players is really strict. A player can at least return to reality with a few items picked up in the game. Those are the kind of people we're looking for. We still don't know why we can't try. And how does he know we wouldn't make it? Because I am a professional hunter and I've already attempted to complete Greed Island several times. What? In the past 6 months. I've been back and forth 5 times between the game's universe and reality. Rely on my experience concerning the level of difficulty in obtaining the objects needed to return to the real world. Real world. I can say I reached level 4 on a scale of 10 levels. If you were to try to do the same thing with Nen as weak as yours, it would quickly result in a game over. Segura-san, did you manage to finish the game? No. I managed about 80%, but only because I aim for efficiency when playing. Not that it's any of your business. When the evaluation test is over, I'll return to the game. It's likely that my next return to real world will be because of my completion of it. Test? I'm gonna buy the 7 copies for sale here. And immediately after, I will recruit qualified players. We've already made an announcement on the net, and replies from hunters arrive soon after. The competition will be tough. What you're saying is that we should take part in this exam? and pass if we want to recruit. If we want to be recruited, exactly. The day of the exam is September 10th, or after the end of the auctions. It will take place here in Southern Peace. So, you have 4 days to improve your Nan. We know. Let's go, Kiwa. By the way, how did you acquire your memory card? We won't tell you. Psst. That pees me off. We'll pass their test, I swear. So, what do you really think of them? I maintain what I said. As they are now, they'll die. There's no doubt of it. But a lot can happen in 4 days. They have a lot of potential and time to use it well. I'm looking forward to the 10th. Exam? What should we do? What do you think? Zoom? They're just pressing their... This is getting on my nerves. I'll pass and shut him up. He can say whatever he wants. It won't change anything. Go. But the guy with the small goatee is probably right. What do you mean? Hey, calm down. Don't take it that way. Don't take it like that. Right now, the only exercise we do are for Ten and Ren. And I think it's time we go to the next level. Next level? Hatsu. Special techniques. Karapika learned Nen at the same time we did. Yet he was able to fight evenly with the Rodan. That's because he had special techniques. Of course, he risked his life to be able to use them. And we can't forget that he's bound by the stay of the Scarlet Peoples, and the after effects plunge him into a deep sleep. It's true that he developed skills that make him almost invincible against the Rodan, but in return, he bears huge consequences. We can't go as far as he did. We must find less extreme rules. Though they can't be too simple either, or it won't be efficient. Something in between. Actually, something that agrees with our personalities and effective in fights. We have to explore our individual abilities. We have to think along those lines. Take it easy. Let's take it in stages. First, choose what skill you want to develop. Which skill? Hey, it's hard. What are you talking about? Anything, even if it's unclear. That makes you say, it'd be great to be able to do that, you see? Super skill. I can't think of anything. You're a reinforcement type, right? You can always reinforce the skill you already have. I just have to reinforce myself. That's all? Yeah, but for that, first you have to know what part of you you want to reinforce. It's like thinking. What about you, Kiwa? You have any ideas? That hurts. Why does it ever tell? Yeah, I think so. That's why I'm trying to help you think of something. Really? What is it? Secret. I wanted to try it for a while, but we haven't had much time lately. Yeah, going? From this point on, I'm going to force myself to do a certain type of training to master a special technique. You have to concentrate to discover which skill you want to develop. Take your time. I might be the only one to pass the exam. See ya. I have been too tough on him this time, but he has a tendency to get sidetracked if you don't jostle him once in a while. A stun, take my aura and electricity. He's gonna stun himself and see what emerges from a fusion of the two. Oof. Next, thanks to the image of the stored electricity, I now project and amplify my net. Go just lying there. Letting the two of them play would be pointless. With Nin as weak as yours. With Nin as weak as yours. With Nin as weak as yours. Darn! Go, 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 go. Whew. Two people dead. We are the Rodon. Stealing is what's expected of us. Shall we go back to the lair and have a game? Oh. I got a station. Chapter 123. There's already a card inserted for player 1. And on a memory card. You can save the data for one player. That means only one of us can enter the game. What do? We use an adapter. I see. Who goes first? Me. So then, poof, just gets sucked in. Oh, really disappeared. I had some doubts, but what's that? Video game Greed Island. Want to play? I'll kill some time. There's room for two more players. No thanks. Maybe later. Poof. Oh, what kind of game is that? Who knows? The game in which you can die for real. Is what's written in the catalog they stole. Grower Lucifer. Specialization Nen. Able to steal the Nen techniques of others and use them. The victim is no longer able to use their techniques. He keeps them in a materialized book, Secret Principles of Theft, and can extract the skill he wants at will, though the conditions are very strict. A. Four conditions must be fulfilled to steal. 1. View the technique with your own eyes. 2. Inquire about the victim's Nen and obtain responses. 3. Put the cover of the book in contact with the victim's palm. 4. Fulfill the first 3 conditions within an hour. B. When using a stolen skill, you must materialize the book, hold it in his right hand, and open it to the page of the technique he wants to use. C. If the one from whom the skill is stolen dies, the page with the skill is erased, and he can no longer use the technique. So the person who steals it from can't use their technique. Yeah, and if they die, he can't use their technique. Okay. Here's going. With Nen as weak as yours, you'll die. We'll see. We're gonna see. Kirapika, you recovered? Yes, my fever has fallen. I made you worry, but I'm fine now. That's good. I'm fine. Yeah, right. If Kirapika learns that they're still in Yorknew City, there's no doubt he'll pursue them, even in his current state. Isn't there some way to stop him? I can't believe I slept for two entire days. Don't overdo it. Actually, I think it'd be best to rest a bit more. No, I slept enough. I still have some matters to tend to. Darn. Results opposite of the expected. How'd the auction and Southern Peace go? Lorio told me you were aiming for a particular expensive game. Yes. Huh? A selection test? Right now it seems out of reach for me, but frankly, I can't think of any decisive techniques like yours. Say, Kirapika, what kind of training did you go through? Me? First, after I decided to materialize a chain, I worked at forming a mental image of it. For that, I spent all my time with a real chain in my hands. It was always by my side, day and night. Then I started to close my eyes to feel and visualize it. I made hundreds, maybe even thousands of sketches of chains. I watched it, touched it, caressed it, Heard the sounds it made? My master ordered me to enjoy myself only with the chain. After a little while, I began to dream of my chain, and I could separate myself from it. Then I began to have visions of this chain. When darkness fell, my visions became even more real. I could hear it, feel its weight, and the coldness of the metal. And without realizing it, the vision came true. I had materialized the chain. For everything else, I did what you and Killer are doing. Ren and 10 every day. Ah, that's it. Kirabika, take me as your student, huh? I can't make progress alone, and Killa's going through a special secret training. You can show me what I should do, and what mistakes I need to correct. And if everything goes well, I'll be able to keep Kirabika here while auction goes on. I'm sorry, but it's not possible. Don't. Direct. My boss has already left the town to return home, so I must return as well. Huh? You mean you're gonna leave Yorkshire? Yes, tomorrow. I haven't settled things with the Rodon, but 2 days have passed since our last meeting. They must have left town already. At the moment, my top priority is the eyes of my brothers in blood. Of course, I understand. That's normal. But you have a master too, don't you? He's the one you should turn to for advice. That's true, huh? Ha ha ha. Special techniques. To be expected come from you. I'll get right to the point. Reinforcement Nen users don't need those kind of techniques. Why? Because out of the six Nen techniques, it's the one with the best balance between attack and defense. If you increase your Ren in 10, you'll get an overpowering force. You can call that a decisive technique if you want. But one thing you must be aware of. I don't know the details of the situation, but you must not imitate the one called Kirabika. I think I don't need to explain why that is. If you've seen him, you should understand what I mean. Yes. If a professional hunter told you that you were lacking something, it's certainly true. For you, the shortest way is to continue as you have until now. Practice your Ren and 10 every day. But Wing, I don't have time for that. There's a selection test on the 10th of September. I really want to pass. Going. If I were your examiner, you know how much I would be deceived if you showed me your special master. You know how much I would be deceived if you showed me your special master technique. I can understand the attraction of the idea of a special technique. You automatically see a particular force and risk, but the Gon I know is already able to produce a particular force. Really? Of course. Try to remember everything, one after another, that you're able to do, and you'll see the answer is obvious. Shubong, huh? A clue? Give me one clue to get started. You sound really anxious. Of course, since I've arrived here, I've only met people stronger than me. I wonder if I'm the weakest of all the professional hunters. Even if that is the case, so what? Your future lies before you. If there wasn't a time limit set for the 10th of September, that's what I would think, but I see. Too bad. I'll give you a clue. You only showed your normal Ren to that professional hunter, right? Yes. Next time, show him everything at once. Everything? Yes. Do you understand? Do you remember those powers you learned to master? Use them all at once. At once. Everything I've learned. 10. Surround my body with aura emanating from my vital points. Setsu. Close my vital points and completely contain the aura radiating from them. From Ren. Opening my vital points to the maximum and expelling the most aura that emerges. And finally Hatsu. I must do all that at the same time. Tick. Wait a minute. Ren? Expel aura. Expel and contain at the same time. You just boing. Oh. Third collapse of the day. Keep with it going. If you think too much, you'll far way behind. You'll fall? You'll fall way behind. I don't get it all. He's down. It's impossible. How do I contain and expel my aura at the same time? Maybe Wing was mistaken. One after another. Everything you can do. Back then. When we first met Zushi and Wing. And we met Hisoka again. And we made us aware of Nen. Blam. In the beginning, I think we only knew 10. I fought for the first in the beginning, I think we only knew 10. I fought for the first time and was severely wounded. This led to my mastering Zetsu. Then, to see through Hisoka's technique, we learned Gyro. Gyro. That's it. Forgot about Gyro. Gyro. Concentrate the aura in your eyes to find a hidden aura. Concentrate. Yes, I focused my eyes and suddenly, I wasn't paying attention to what was happening to the rest of my body. It's hardly noticeable, but my aura escapes. If I hold it, I can do everything at once. Chapter 124. 124. September 7th, Part 1 to September 10th, Part 1. He's like, I did it! Ah! It died. Darn. But I lose concentration for an instant. The energy escapes. But I can do it. I can use everything at once. With Gyro, I concentrate my aura on a part of my body. The more intensity, the more the aura tries to escape. So I use 10 to hold it around my body. In stage 1 and 2, the aura still escapes in small quantities. But I can stop it with Zetsu. And at that moment, the aura I develop with Gyro in stage 1 increases dramatically. Finally, Ren. Right now, I can only concentrate my usual amount of aura in one point. Passing from 10 to Gyro, and from Gyro to Zetsu. But I can feel my energy so strong that it almost scares me. But then, I wonder what would happen if I concentrate an aura amplified by Ren in one point. Yes. What quantity of energy would emerge? Rock, paper, scissors. That force. I want to try it. But before that, I have to master and perfect the passing one stage to another. Going. Haste is your worst enemy. The normal way is the shortest way. Alright, huh? Seems we found it. Going? You won't have the upper hand. Rio. Mizuraria. The Green Island Syndrome. Mizuraria has had the Green Island game he just acquired for 30.55 billion jennies stolen by unknown culprits. Undiscouraged yesterday he acquired the same game for 28 billion jennies. The money he has invested in the game at this point is over 200 billion. There's something behind the fever provoked by the idea of finishing of the game. At the end of the game, there might be a map revealing a treasure hidden in the real world. or a giant dragon that will grant a wish. These are the kinds of crazy rumors circulating the net. Mr. Bardium might be the only person outside the creator of the game who knows what will happen at the end of the game. Press agency. Who is this guy? Oreo. I'm going now. Are you sure you want to leave without telling them? Yes. They're training hard, and each second counts. Just tell them we'll see each other again soon. Huh? Take care of Kirapika. With you somehow. He's let down his guard. He's bright, but at the same time rash. From what I've seen, he confides easily in you. I'm counting you to restrain his actions. Okay. Think about it. Among all the people I met in this town, your melodies are the best. Soft and warm tones and resonance, or with resonance. I think you're meant to be a doctor or teacher. You'd be a nice professor. If you want my opinion, I think you should retrain. Thanks. I'll think about it. I'd better start studying. Even if you're dedicated, you need knowledge. They're practicing. Green Lion glows to number 33 at 27.8 billion genes. Thank you very much. Darn. Brava. Impossible. That guy is taking everything. He knows the maximum amount I can bid. Shoot. In that case. What? Kirapika left? He asked me to tell you we'll meet again soon. But you could at least have... Yo, going. Here. As promised. I changed your 80 million to 100 million. You're right. The balance is 100 million jennies again. With that, you should be able to get your hunter's license back, right? Sapporo-san. You're amazing. Well, with 80 million already, it's not that hard. You just need to buy some objects cheap and sell them for a high price. For high prices. But you did that all in 5 days? Hey, I did it really seriously. I had to be vigilant and avoid counterfeits. You trusted me. Give me your entire fortune. So I pulled out all the stops. Thanks so much, Sapporo-san. We owe you one. If it hadn't worked, I was ready to deposit my license too. Oh, L'Oreal? No need to thank me. As agreed, I took 50% of the profits. Oh, really? Then that means you won. 40 million. 40 million in 5 days? Don't forget that I'm a professional too. Don't hesitate to call me again. See ya. It was fun. Thanks. Why am I so stupid? Actually, he only managed to win 15 million and borrowed the remaining 5 million from an underground bank. What? He could sell the jewel and knife for 8 billion jennies, but couldn't cash the check for 300 million before the 10th. If only I told him, I'd have it all back by the 9th, not the 8th. You need 20 million to get your license back? Let me take care of it. The 10th? Too easy. I'll have it at 100. I'll have it at 100 for you by the 8th for sure. Oh, after I said that, I couldn't ask him for extra time. I'd rather die. How can I pay that back? I can't brag anymore. To get antiques, I need a starting amount. I should have borrowed 10 million more. Well, the hunter license is really something. You don't have to pay an interest on its value, and the pawnbroker gives 100 million in return. Selling at places I know of, I could get 10 to 20 times that much. That's it. I should have to become a hunter too, and sell my license. Goodbye debts, hello good life. Alright, I better hurry. Chances don't wait. I have to find out info on that darn hunter exam. They're going. Training. Number 51. The Gang Grid Island for 60.2 billion jennies. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you very much. Clap, 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 clap. They're all clapping. He's incredible. He finally bought every copy of the game on sale. Yes, but this time, he's left half of his fortune here. There must be something in the game. This is the conclusion everyone has reached, and the reason the price rose so sharply. But who could have thought Mr. Barra would acquire the 7 copies? We remind you that Mr. Barra is currently recruiting players on the net. The selection test will occur today. Who can say? What will happen in the next few hours? I'm going home. Thank you very much. Oh, his brother looked out. Chapter 125. Part 2. Drawing the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're going to start the selection test for the game Grid Island. You are already in a particular elite. You are already a particular elite. But this time, unlike the auctions of Southern Peace, where you only needed 12 million to participate, only the strongest will remain. Oh, the game will be performed on the 6 consoles acquired by Mr. Barria. To participate in the game, mastery of Nen is required. But I'm telling you nothing you don't already know. You will be judged by an examiner, to whom you will show your Nen. The notification of failure will be an unbiased decision. Thank you for understanding. The one in charge of the selection test is the professional hunter, Segura. The guy. Brava, brava. Segura, the bounty hunter. I heard he only works for money, but his exceptional results enabled him to get a single star. Isn't like Gon's father like 3-star, 3 or 4? These here. It must be because there's a lot to win within this game. Without further ado, let's proceed with the evaluation. You will come one after another onto the stage, and show me your Ren. The stage will be hidden by a double curtain, so that the other participants are unaware of what is occurring through 2 people. When we have reached this number, the exam will be closed. And going down. Alright. Will those interested in take part in this test come forward? Ooh, it's Biscu. Or Biscuit. What's her name? Okay, is that all? The first candidate, please step forward. Yeah. We're given no more explanations, but no one seems surprised, and everyone is taking part. There are those who moved immediately, those who followed them, and those who didn't move. I see. The test is an elimination test. The task before us is extremely important, and will be gone through with a fine-tooth comb. Must be one of those who remains in the end. Everyone has already understood this. That's why they move without questioning those in charge, or themselves, because they most likely knew that even if they did ask, they would receive no answer. It can't be the first time they've taken this test. What we do now, from the little explanation we have received, we have to guess the rest, staying with the best group. I'm sure the choice each person makes here is also taken into account in the judgment. Here, there are about 20 candidates, about 100 lined up and queuing. waiting for the test. Near them, about 50 other people, trying to figure out what they should do, and about 20 others who aren't moving. Which group has chosen the right attitude? Next. Enter. Alright. Next. Next candidate, please. It's weird. More than 10 people have entered, but no one is left. Can they all been enlisted? I don't like that. I should have gotten in line too. Heh. Bunch of losers. Don't understand anything at all. What? Those guys in line. And those who are waiting. Gather around them. Particularly those last ones. What exactly are they waiting for? I'm sure they hope to see those who failed coming out. So they can ask them what exactly happens beyond the curtain. If they had more inquiries before coming, they were acting according to the logic. They would understand that lining up to go one after another has no meaning. Huh? What does he mean? Hadura wants to avoid access to the games being blocked at all costs. So the selection is really tough. And when the number 32 is reached, I understand. There won't be 32 players enlisted after the selection. Exactly. If we want to save the game data, 8 players may enter with each console. But the plug for player 1 of 4 of the 6 consoles Bacteria acquired is already occupied by a memory card. In other words, if you connect an adapter onto the second player plug, 4 more players may enter the game. That's a total of 16 players per console. And the remaining 2 consoles, we can do the same thing with the 2 plugs of player 1 and 2. That's 16 more possible players. In total, 32 players can connect to the game. So 32 is really the maximum amount of players who can enter the game. But if I were Batara, would it be in my best interest to have 32 players participate? Unlikely. Green Island is a game no one has finished in 10 years. It's built so that as long as a player is alive within the game, no one may replace him. Consequently, it is logical, for security purposes, to leave some slots open in case a new exceptional challenge arises. In my opinion, they'll only keep 20 players max. As for those waiting in line, and those trying to get any information at all, I can say that none of them will be enlisted. The only ones who stand a chance are those who left their seats without a moment's hesitation, and the ones like you and me who understood the trick and quietly sat down to concentrate. Right, kid? Huh? Go on. You understood? You understood all that? No, I didn't think that far. I thought the selection would be tough, and that they might not keep 32 players. But from the employer's point of view, even if he says first comes first serve, it would be surprising if, after gathering so many exceptional people, he doesn't take the pains of checking the skills of each one. Haha, very good. You're right, kid. What are they doing? Are they that stupid? They must now have heard that there will only be 32 players selected. Really something. You're still really young. With your own convictions, rely on your instincts. That's not something everyone can do. The more the path to the solution becomes hard and dangerous, the more it becomes essential to combine stupidity and intelligence to move forward. Nothing is possible when you have convictions. Next candidate. All right. My name is Porhato. Farewell. That's the kind of guy who lectures others, but screws up in the exam. Heard that. Anyways, that poor Hatsu must be right. Trying to get the best chances. I thought too much. It was a fundamental error. We are trying to get something. We are trying to get something we were told is impossible to attain. You'll die. That's all you'll get out of it. Huh? Tap. I better give it a shot. That's the only way. You can't get anything if you don't try. Go for it, please. Understand. Don't overdo it. Don't move until you're 100% certain. You'll be able to kill him. Your position. The most important thing is to wait. Done. All right. Show me your Ren. Showing your power before the beginning of the fight is the most idiotic thing to do. That's my father's theory. Tech. But I'm not a killer anymore. I'm a hunter. Well, unofficially. Does Hasu work as well? I don't see any problem with that. In the language of hunters, show me your Ren means I want to see the results of your training. In other words, measure your skills. Your literal response surprised me slightly. Well, however you want. Just as long as you show me what you're capable of. Prove that your strength isn't just the Ren you showed me last time. Fine. I'm starting. Zoop. Huh? It's lightning. So? You want to see more? No, that's fine. He turned his aura into electricity. How? You're qualified. Yes. Directly, you can succeed. That's impossible. You can't learn something like that in only 4 days. But you can't possibly have learned such a technique overnight. If you trained every day, receiving powerful electric shocks near those of torture, it would take years. Managing to freeze such an electrified aura and propel it. Who the heck are you? Really powerful electric shocks. I've been swimming in them since I was born. Family tradition. Kyo just he's like, this is nothing. Chapter 126. And it comes out. Oh. Bishu. 7 people. Poor Hatsu was right. The first to leave their seats. And those who waited in them are all here. I wonder if Gon will be okay. Boom! Huh? Click. Gon. Killua, you passed too? Of course. That was a huge noise. You? Yep. Asked me to hit the wall with that. Really? Those kids are terrifying. He's just grumbling it. That, you mean your special technique, right? What is it? Hehe, it's a secret. Comes out. Okay. I will begin by congratulating you. You are the 21 who have been selected to play Greed Island. If you manage to complete the game, Ms. Dorada will reward you with 50 billion jennies. The other details are written clearly in the contract you hold in your hands. Read it carefully. The departure from York Shin will occur at 5 p.m. Read the contract by then and then sign it. Pack your bags for the game and meet back at the main entrance of the Tarsetol station. Cheers. That's great. You passed the first stage. 50 billion in the end. I'd really like to know what the old Richard is thinking. Could you read this, please? Contract. In short, there are 3 main points. 1. Be prepared for possible casualties or injuries. Casualties? Mr. Barter keeps all the rights on objects obtained in the game. 3. The candidates who succeed in completing the game will receive a reward of 50 billion jennies. If you're fine with those conditions, just sign the contracts. Okay, yep, and they sign it. Well, I'll be going now. Good luck on your exams, L'Oreal. You too. Take care. Next time we meet, I want to call you Doctor. Are you aware that that means we won't see each other for at least 4 years? Isn't it 8? Shall we go now? Sure. I understand something now. What's that? There's something we're able to return to... There's something we're able to return to reality with. And it's that something that Mr. Batteria wants at all costs. Wants at any cost. He wants to revive things. We have reservations on the train. After the theft of the first game, he's taking precautions. They're going on a bullet train. They're in the mansion. An old castle. That doesn't keep it from having one of the most modern surveillance systems. Please do not go outside of the rooms we indicate if you wish to stay alive. Here we are. Go, go, go. There's a bunch of... Now playing. Now, before we begin, I would like to add something. The consoles don't work independently. Meaning, whichever console you use to enter the game, the rival place is the same. It's a system somewhat like a network game. There's a virtual space you can access from everywhere in the world. What? How do I explain it to a newbie in gaming? In all circumstances, we play in the same place. Huh? Of course, all the consoles are here. That's not what I meant, but oh well. We'll distribute a memory card to each of you. Though most of you have already bought one. Once you have inserted it, the game will begin. But before that, you will have to decide an order of passage. When you enter the game, there's an explanation of the rules. But only one player at a time may be at the stage. You mean even if we all start at the same time, we'll have to wait inside the game? Exactly. To avoid quarrels within in deciding who goes first. I prefer if you decide in order here. An explanation only lasts a few minutes, but there are 21 of you, so about an hour will pass in all. We can just decide with Junkin Po. Majority wins. Or rock paper scissors. Going. John. Yeah. I'm number 17. You're first. Okay then. You brought save data, correct? Ah, yes. Do you want to use it? Don't worry. No matter what data you have, your first destination is the same as others. Jin. I may finally become close to you. A game in which you risk your life. I don't know what's waiting for me, but that's the message Jin left me. I trust him. Yes, I'll use this card. Okay. In that case, slip the ring on. Huh? I don't know how he acquired that data, but it can't be the data I'm missing. As soon as you're ready, you can go. Going? Let's meet at the starting point after the explanation. Huh? Yep. He goes in. Whoop. When we see the message now playing displayed on the screen, the next player will be able to enter. In there. Ooh. In the room. Chapter 127. It's in there. It's walking forward. Welcome, Great Island. It's a twin. Cling. You aren't Mr. Gone by any chance? Huh? Yes, that's me, but we've been waiting for you. Before we start, I have a message from Mr. Jin to you. Congratulations, Gon. You're in the game my comrades and I conceived. Hope you enjoy yourself. If you came here with the idea of finding clues to lead you to me, you've been deceived. I just wanted to show you the game my friends and I are so proud of. It was like, It's like, I just wanted to show you the thing I made. Whatever the reason which leads you here is, you won't be able to leave unless you find a special item. Have as much fun as possible. End of the message. That's all? Yes. There isn't any more saved data? Have fun? All he wanted to do was show me the game he created. I will now explain the rules of the game. Mr. Gone, do you want to hear the explanation? Yes. In this game, whoever has the ring can use two spells, book and game. Please present the hand with the ring, and speak the word book. Book, boom. All the items you find in the game can be converted into cards. This book is used to store the cards. The goal of the game is to complete the book. Please open the first page. 0. There aren't any cards inside yet, but as you can see, each slot has a number. Each slot only accepts the card with the right number. Those are the imposed slots. Please turn the pages. You will notice there aren't any more numbers. Exactly. Any card can be inserted into the slots. These are the free slots. There are 100 imposed slots. Number from 000 to 099, and 45 free slots. You must complete the number slots. It's the primary condition of ending the game. We only need to collect 100 cards. Yes. In short, you have to convert 100 items into cards and store them in the game and store them in the book. When you acquire an item, it immediately turns into a card. For example, if you find a sword, when you take it, it will transform into a card. Once the card is inserted into the book, it can no longer be used as a weapon. But if for some reason if for some reason you need to use it, you can use the spell gain. When you do gain, the card will become a weapon again. See, but the card that is transformed back the use of gain can't be transformed into a card again. This is an important point. If you want to transform the sword into a card again, you must acquire the same sword again. Is the explanation clear so far? Almost. I've already told you that an item cannot be turned into a card if it has already been in that state. There are two other cases in which a transformation into a card is impossible. First is when the limited card of card transformation is reached. Limited number of card transformations, yes. All the items that exist on the island have a limited number of transformations. Although there's more than 100 copies of each total. Each has a limit of three able to be in card state at once. In other words, imagine there is an item, three copies of which are in the form of card. If each player with the card stores it in the book, the limit of transformations reached. Consequently, even if another player finds the same item and takes it, it won't turn into a card. That means the max number of transformations is reached. Yes. Second case. You must store the cards in the book. Or 1 minute later, the card will automatically turn back into the item. 60 seconds. In that case, retransformation is no longer possible. Be really careful about that, and keep the completion of the book as your top priority. Okay. In conclusion, the most important point is I think my neurons are going to explode. If you were to die during the game, the book and the ring will be destroyed. Be careful. Okay. If I die, I don't care what happens to the cards. Without further ado, you may now enter the game. You have been presented with a bare minimum amount of information. More detail is at the disposal within the game. Try to find it. Good luck on your quest. Please use the stairs. He's going down. Again. Ooh. A prairie? As far as I can see? Tools. Tick, tick. Huh? Someone's watching me. From somewhere. Can't see anyone. Anywhere but. Huh? Tick. He just goes. We're going. Thanks for waiting. We're being watched, right? Yeah. There's several of them. So I'm not the only one who noticed. They're not revealing themselves. They don't smell wild. It's the smell of men. There's no doubt about it. Well, if we can notice them from such a distance, that means they're not dangerous. Let's ignore them. Huh? What's that? And yep, that's the end of volume 13.